Almost. Hi, everybody. It's Magic Monday, and I am Terri Suzuki with Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, and I'm with my besties, SunPsychic Jean and Wisdom Seeker Joan. And we are here to make your Monday a little happier.
Oh,
You know, make it worthwhile for getting out of bed. So, okay. Well, ladies, how have you been?
busy.
Yes. You too, Joan?
I haven't been that busy, but I'm having fun. As I mentioned, I went for a walk today and I stopped at a coffee shop and I forgot to ask for decaf. So I'm buzzed. So we'll see how that works today.
Okay, everybody. Joan is all souped up, is what she's saying.
Yes.
Well, I have been busy too. It feels like I've had a show like every day for, I don't know, so many days. And I'm going to still, this whole coming week, a ton of shows or readings or whatever. I am busy. Wow.
It does. It comes all in a cluster, sort of. Mine usually happens the first week of the month or the last week of the month. And the middle of the month is like crickets. I'm like, am I supposed to be doing something?
I've been doing more watching than participating so much, but I have two great recommendations. I recently had a fabulous reading from Terri, and I'd never gotten a reading from you, a personal reading before, and it was fabulous. And I'm participating in Jean's practice and learning group, and it's really great. There's some wonderful people in that. So if you're thinking about joining that in the future, I'm sure it's all on sunpsychicjean.com.
Yeah, well, I've heard many, many good things about that group. And I remember when we all used to practice together, it was absolutely magical. So cool. Jean, do you want to real quick tell everybody in the audience about your group in case they want to join?
Yeah, sure. It is a psychic study practice group. And why I named it that is it's not a class and it's not just practice. A class, I couldn't fit everything, just did 2 hours. It's really, and practice is really where I learned most is through practice, through doing and learning myself. So I wanted to make sure everybody had practice. And in order to have enough practice time, there's not enough time for the class part. So what I did was a study practice group. I give you a exercise or a something to work with, something to practice, something to learn, and then we practice that together, and then we go into breakout rooms and you practice. And each time we meet together, I give you something new, a new exercise, a new technique to use to practice or a concept to discuss, and it's really fun. And we're getting more and more people, and each month more and more people sign up, and then we'll have a nice practice group running, and then the people who want to come in and learn, they can learn while everybody else is practicing with new people. So I really wanted to provide a place where like-minded people can get together, get the practice in that they need. And the only restriction is the time, and it's on Sundays 5 p.m. Eastern, which is 2 p.m. Pacific, and Tuesdays, which is 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. So a lot of, if it's not good those days, that's I tried to make it one weekday and one weekend. And if you can make it, and you don't have to make both, you don't have to make all of them, you can just make what you make. So for the whole month, it's $20.
Wow, that is a bargain. I can tell you that. It's a bargain. Well, let's say hello to some people because we have a bunch of people coming in the audience. They're asking their questions. So, hi, Scott A., White Light Angel, Amy Warrior Princess, Rouge Remedies. Nice to see you all coming in. Chandel, Sherry Moe, Suzanne, CC Angel. That's our same CC, right, Jean? CC Angels are still our CC, right?
What do you mean they're still RCC?
I thought she had a different name, but
oh no, I don't know.
Hi, CC. We're happy to see you. Amber A, Kim B, Edward Kenneth, Nancy Smith. We have Emily, Lawrence Bradley. I think I already said hi to Amy Warrior Princess, but Mystic, lovely. Thank you for coming. Darian Ray. Who else? We have a lot of people coming. Venus, thank you, Venus. Donna Ewing. Davy Jones, Saurabh Gupta. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. That is so, so kind of you. And thank you for putting in your questions. We are working together on this, and so I have a little bit of help. We're grabbing your questions, putting them in a digital pot, and we're picking them. So they're all at random. There's no guarantee that you're going to have your question read, but they are at random, and we ask that you're here. You have to be here to be read, because sometimes we need feedback. We need to know if we're on the right track, or if they're giving us some information that's a slight bit confusing. We want to check it out with you to find out what are we getting there. So please be present. And what we'll try to do also is kind of tell you ahead of time who should kind of get ready. So ladies, I'm going to look at the questions real quick. And if you might talk amongst yourself a little bit.
Sure. What I'd like to remind everybody is if you would like a message from your loved one, we do ask that you provide the name and the relation, like if it's your cousin Joe or your father Bob or whatever, just the name and the relation. And what this does is that we're only here for 5 minutes. Like if you give us an hour and you want to book we could sit here and guess for an hour, not guess, but find them. But if you tell us the name and the relation, we have more of a focus point to call on, and we invite them down. And everybody sits in a stadium for me, the kind where you have to push down the seat to sit down. And then when I ask for your father Bob, then he stands up and he comes down to the middle and he walks down and comes in front and waits to be verified. And so we would really appreciate that. If you're interested, we are taking questions for psychic questions. If you lost something, your job, your careers, relationship, moves, pets, departed loved ones, lost items, and more. So doing everything today.
Yeah.
And we would really appreciate it if you would please subscribe and like and share this video. Kigaru Spiritual Journeys and Wisdom Seeker Joan are the YouTube channels for Terri and Joan, and my YouTube channel is SunPsychic Jean. So we appreciate you going around and like, share, and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. It really does help us and helps to motivate us to keep coming on and giving these messages.
Yes.
Thank you.
So the next three are going to be Rouge Remedies, Suzanne, and Angela Hudkins, because there's a couple Angelas. I also want to put out that a few of you have put in questions asking, I want a message from my dad or my mom or something, but you didn't put in their first names. And so if you were that person, there were a couple of you, please go back and maybe give us the first name, because that way, just as Jean said, it saves us time. We don't want, we would be here for a long time if we have to go find, go search the universe for your loved one. It's easier if we call them in, because we are psychic mediums, so we can call them in.
Suzanne says she's here, and Rouge Remedies says she's here.
Great, Rouge. Let's get going with you. You asked a very interesting question. Are you ready, ladies?
Ready.
Okay. So Rouge Remedies, the Melting Pot Tarot asks, what do my loved ones want me to know? I think it's a broad but very interesting question. So whoever gets anything, they can go first.
Mm. They want to talk about your creativity, and they want you to know it's part of your magic. They're saying that you have a unique way of looking at things, describing things, and I feel like you have unique surroundings, very eclectic sort of surroundings, and the art that's made from ordinary things, but they make art out of it. I feel like they said that this is really the wave of the future, thinking outside of the box and really being creative and supportive and um, allowing. There's no lines, there's no limitations in your world, and this creativity and your ability to be eclectic and have so many varied interests and things. And it's like a it's not a museum, but it's almost like a collection of the most unique things. And I can just see, like, you see little things around you, but your spirit guides want you to know that this is your magic. This is what is very special about you. This is what you can share with others. This is how beautiful your perspective is. And so that's what they want you to know.
Wow.
That's great. And that sort of overlaps with what I was getting. Right away, when I tuned in, I saw this big tree, just a huge tree. Like the three of us would have to put our arms together to encircle the base of it. And right away, they said your roots grow deep. So I think this is your family tree. But then they brought my attention to an apple up on in the branches of this tree, although it didn't really look like an apple tree, but it turned into an apple tree. And they said, you're the apple of our eye. And so they're watching you and sending lots and lots of love, but reminding you that those apples last for a season. And so they're pretty much saying, make the most use of this time here now, in that when you are enjoying the sweetness of this life. And it doesn't mean like you have to go be the president of the United States or do something massive or what people on earth think is important things. They were emphasizing, and I think this is what Jean was saying, just be involved and creative, and if that means, the way you cook a meal, or the way just doing a crochet project, or just to keep yourself excited and involved with life and having fun and doing any of those things that'll kind of raise your vibration. And that's a good way to make use of your time here. And so they also, in the cards, I got the leap and spread your wings. So take the risks and give life a chance, and just kind of take every day as a new opportunity to have fun and be creative.
Wow. Wow. I just want to point out really quick here that Rouge has replied, this is what we love. We love to hear this. She makes AI art. And many people don't necessarily see it as art, but a lot of people do. So both of you hit that right away. And she loves nature, and she's trying to get involved more. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Yay. So Rouge, this is what I got for you. As I tuned into your energy and really took a good look at that energy, what I saw then on my stage was a bunch of sofas, and it has all your passed on loved ones sitting, your ancestors sitting on the sofa. And the first thing they said to me is, they said, we are on the edge of our seat. We are watching. We are so enthused by what you're doing. And it feels like this person that is speaking to me either is a grandfather or a great grandfather. Okay, let's see. Mom or dad's side. I think dad's side. But he's going to talk about your tarot, actually. He's saying we are on the edges of our seat because these gifts, this spiritual ability has been passed down through lineage. And you are in a time where that you can do this with very little danger. That in the past, in our past, in the people that, we would have been in grave danger doing this. And we are so thrilled to see how well you do. And by lineage, how well we do through you. So that's what you got. They're very proud of you. Very proud. Oh, sorry, guys. Thank you so much, Rouge, for asking your question. That was fun. And I actually made notes today. It's Suzanne is next. Did anyone notice if that she is around? Did she say?
Two of them said yes, that they were here.
I think Suzanne did.
Suzanne or
too.
Angela?
Suzanne did. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna
and Angela did.
Oh, good. Yay. Okay.
Okay.
So Suzanne wants to get a message from her dad, Paul.
I'm not sure. I can't distinguish. I feel like there's a gentleman coming forward, and but he feels like he's blended. Does he have like brothers on the other side? Is there like three men on the other side? Is there like a brother or brother-in-law or something? There's three, and I can't quite distinguish which one he is. But they come through together, and I feel like they're coming through with almost like with their arms around each other, like around the neck, like if they were kind of posing for a picture and they would have their arm on each other's shoulders, sort of like a band of brothers. And I feel like they are they sort of have like blue jeans and white t-shirts on, and they sort of
sorry. She says she has a number of uncles on the other side.
Oh, they're coming through together. I think that they're coming through together. But they're all bands of brothers, and they feel like they have white t-shirts on and blue jeans. This is just like the feeling I'm getting. And they're sort of like their arms are on the shoulder. You know how men kind of go like this to take a picture. And they're just saying they stick together, and they're saying that they reincarnate together, and they say they're doing a lot of things together, and they say they have honor, and that they are working. They're working for humanity, like to ensure integrity and ensure like valor is maintained, and this just they're working on behalf of the greater good is what they're saying.
Beautiful. Suzanne, when I tuned in, the picture I got in my head was a man who was wearing big protective leather gloves, like not just driving gloves, but ones that go all the way up to here. Like he used, I don't know, like a blacksmith or something would, or a glass blower, somebody who needed to protect himself from something really hot. And I said, so what's all this about? And the idea was he's there to protect you and guide you, but only when you really need it, because he doesn't want to leave his fingerprints on your life. This is your life. And he kind of gave me the impression that in life, he may have been, whether overtly or in his mind, trying to mold you like, no, I really want you to, go into this profession or do things my way, and maybe didn't see your way so much. So, but now he's like, I'm going to be really careful. I'm going to be there. I'm sending love. I'm going to be there when you need me, but I don't want to push you. And he's encouraging you, think about the things that we talked about or what his goals were, and then say, is that what Dad wanted or is that what I want? And kind of just do a gut check about that. And when I pulled cards, I got the satellite symbol, which says, turn on your light. So that's one of the messages from him. Take what was good and what you really valued from your dad and his values, but turn on your own light and trust your own sense of what you want to do. And he's going to be supportive of you in that.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Joan. That is amazing. We're getting the bounce here. Normally, my two dependable clairs are clairvoyance and claircognizance, so clear seeing, clear knowing. But I have a third that pops up from time to time, which is clairaudience, which I smell. I have spiritual smelling. And generally, when I smell something, it's a person. So it would be very interesting to know what this means. But when I tapped into your dad, Paul, I immediately was just overcome with chemical smells. Not particularly bad, but different chemical smells. And then when Joan brought up the big gloves, I'm wondering, is he a chemist? Is that what he did? Or was he a welder who used some chemicals in his job or something? I'm just really smelling that like this is somehow he's talking about himself here somehow. And so as I turned in even more and asked Paul, what tell me about this? And he says, well, you kind of got it. He said, it's all alchemy. It's all magic. He said, I didn't know when I was, on the same side we're at right now. I didn't know that. I worked so hard. I thought it was so pressing to get everything right, to be the right kind of man, to just make sure things happened. Sometimes I was impatient. Sometimes I didn't read the room well. He said, but now I see it was all magic. It was all alchemy. He said, I want you to really try to see the magic in your life. The magic that surrounds all of you, not just my daughter. Oh, he's magnanimous too. So he's like, it's all so amazing. And we both didn't take it serious enough, and we took it too seriously. So I think by that, he's trying to say relax and have a little bit more fun. Yeah. Anything else, Paul? He's just giving you kisses and stuff. So, okay. So thank you.
He was a chef.
Oh, he was a chef. So maybe that's where all the smells are coming in. So many
The glove.
smells.
The glove that I saw all the way up to the elbow.
Yes. Because, well, and he would absolutely have to have that kind of glove because, that when they're doing the mandolins, they can get caught. And
yeah.
I'm thinking barbecuing. They wear those long gloves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Suzanne, for asking your question. And I hope that, oh, here she says, I can be very serious. So I think he's giving you the message not to be too serious. Oh, and she says, cooking in big pots for hundreds. Wow. That's amazing. Amazing. Thank you, Suzanne. Okay. Angela is going to be next, and that is, sorry, it's Angela Hudkins. Okay. And I'm just going to really quick take a time here, real quick, to pick the next people to get ready.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. So the next few people are going to be Venus. So, and I know Venus is here. And Lisa P73. So make sure you just put in a little hey.
Thank you, Suzanne. That was very generous. Thank you very much.
Oh,
and Venus
wow,
is here.
Wow.
And then let's see, what are we gonna do? Oh, okay. And then Anita King. So Venus, Lisa P73, and Anita King, you guys are going to be next. But right now, we're going to look at Angela's question.
And Lisa and Anita, just say hello. Let us know you're still here. So Angela says, may I have a message from my dragon?
Oh, I love
my gosh.
Questions. Love dragon questions.
So this dragon is in a uniform, and this uniform has a badge. And I'm thinking, or it feels to me like they are not like a police officer. They're more like a firefighter, or it's some other kind of service where you would have a badge. It almost like appears to be Navy or something. But this dragon is dressed in a uniform with a badge, and they want you to know they're just maybe it's just me, but they're honored to be at your service, and they have integrity, they have honor, valor. They're like a watchman. They're a watchman. They just really want you to know that they have your back, and they're very loving, and they're almost a little bit like lovable. Like he's a little pudgy in his little outfit, and he likes to hug. Like, so he's there, he's protecting you, he has integrity and honor, but he's a little pudgy, and he's just cute and really huggable, and like he's got that love, but he's got your back too. So I don't know if this is something that you need, but he's just delightful.
That's so great. And Jean just kind of became him at that point. That was so fun to watch. Oh, when I tuned in, first I was seeing a dragon flying, and I heard it's all about belief. And then the dragon turned into Dumbo, the elephant. And it's been so long since I watched the Dumbo movie, but I think it was about he always had a feather, and as long as he had the feather, then he could fly. And both the dragon was saying it's not about the feather, it's all about intention and belief. And that's how the dragon can fly. And that's kind of how Dumbo could fly too, if I'm remembering the story right. So I think it's a little bit of advice about if you're trying to manifest something. People say get in the, to feel what it feels like, but really believe that this can happen. Because sometimes it's like, okay, I'll imagine what it's like to have the man of my dreams or the house that I want or whatever, but behind it, you don't really believe that it's really going to happen. And so there, to work on that a little bit. And when I pulled cards, I got the Archangel Metatron, who says, remember who you are. And you are a fractal of the divine, that, anything, you can make anything happen. And then I also got the woodpecker, which is about setting a new rhythm. So set that new rhythm of believing that what you want to come into your life is, to really believe that it's going to happen. And that's what your dragon said.
Wow. I got yet another dragon. As I closed my eyes, tuned into your energy, I saw your dragon the way I've seen another dragon before. It was curled up sleeping, and I could just see its eye opening up and looking at me. And I thought, ooh, and it looks very big. And I'm like, oh, this might be a really big thing. And then as I pulled back a little and the dragon got up, it's a teeny tiny little dragon. And it's very purple and pink. It's really cute, really, really cute. And she even immediately told me her name. I wrote it down. Rose Wit. Rose Wit is the name of the little dragon. And I asked Rose Wit, what does she do for you? And she says, I sit on her shoulder. I sit on her shoulder and I help her see things that she couldn't usually see, that it might be harder for her to see. And this is the one point that I'm a tiny bit confused, though. She says, I breathe on her neck to kind of alert her if she's not paying enough attention. And I'm like, I'm having hot flashes once in a while. So I'm like, I'm hoping she's not giving you hot flashes, but that's what she does. She brings alert to you by breathing a little hot air on your neck. So, okay, Rose Wit, thank you so much. Ladies, I just have to go back here. Did you see this? She loves her sweet dragon. She named him Dawn. She carried a badge in her career for 24 years. So
that's amazing, Angela.
I know. So that is confirmation that he's trying, that the dragon is trying to make sure that he's connected to you. So very cool. And look at this. Oh my goodness. Archangel Metatron every day sees woodpeckers outside. Holy smokes.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Thank you for letting us know, Angela. That really helps.
Yeah, that does help a lot. So thank you very, very much, Angela. I'm so excited. You got so many dragons. Venus is next. So, and I saw everybody said that they're here. So thank you so, so much for that. Here we go with Venus. May I have a financial reading? Okay. I believe I have a financial block from a past life. So that's very interesting. Let's take a look at that. And Venus, before this show, I actually said the Akashic Record key already, and said anyone who wants to join that. So all you have to say is yes. Well, and you kind of already have, because you're saying you think it's from a past life. So you're already part of it. So that's good. Okay.
I don't feel financial block. I just wanted to there I do feel that it's about education. It's about understanding, and it's about sort of learning tools and techniques that were kept from us at school. And I say that, and it sounds intentional or it sounds devious, and it was. Nobody ever taught me how to balance my checkbook in school. I mean, why would they never even do that? There's just really basic, uh, skills that are required for financial management. And I think that that's basically um, where I feel you would benefit, is if you understood, or not that you didn't understand, but if you had some insight and saw the big picture of how things work and how to move things around, you would feel better. And I feel like you, at this time, when you say, do I have a block? It feels like you might be intimidated by how money works and how people can charge you interest, and people can, and it can just really get out of hand, and things like that. So I feel like you may be feeling like you're not in control, or that you're defenseless, but you're not. You are in control and you're not defenseless. And this is absolutely manageable. And it just requires a little bit of education or understanding, in the sense of, this is how it really is, not mumbo jumbo, because that's what they all like, word salad, but you need to know A plus B equals C, and you keep doing that, and this is what happens. It's really like understanding fundamentals and making it easy to understand. I think just the overwhelming of the confusion could perhaps make you feel that you are intimidated by it. But it's that way by design, unfortunately. And I can definitely see you working towards overcoming that intimidation, especially when it comes to dollars. People say, I'm not good with numbers. I'm not good with, measuring things, or I'm not good with weighing things, or but dollars is a little bit different. 1 cent plus 1 cent always equals 2 cents, and it never changes. So it's very dependable and very rock solid. And once you learn the formulas, you can do it over and over again.
Cool. When I tuned in Venus, I saw a big dollar sign, and it had like a fishing net over it. And so it was like being prevented from rising up. But then I saw the big shears, or the big scissors. It's like the net was, I don't know if it's of your creation or what, but it's going to take a while to cut through all the cords and all the knots and all that. But you have the ability to get rid of that net and set things free. And when I was doing cards, this is funny because I usually don't read tarot upside down, but somehow this one turned upside down. So it's like, that's it's the burden. It's like, it doesn't have to be a big burden. There's a way you can turn this around, and then it's a matter of carrying things in a different way and looking into it in a different way. And from the bird deck, I got the blackbird, and I think it's the magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. And I think that's the untapped potential. So it's all there. You can tap into this and turn these things around, and then you get to step into the overflow. The one word on this card is abundance, and they're inviting you to step into the overflow. So doing the hard work of doing, kind of facing up to it. And I don't know enough about it, but I think there are people out there who are reputable people who might be able to help, even just call on your bank or someone that you really trust, because there's definitely people who will take advantage of you, who could recommend some sort of program for debt consolidation or whatever, look into those, but speak to a reputable professional, not just somebody who's advertising on online.
So just as a little side, I have the YouTube channel Fantastic, and she teaches you how to get out of debt. And it doesn't matter how much debt you're in, she teaches you how. And you can watch every video she's been on for a couple of years. And I've tested her formula, and her formula works. So if you want to just look at it and see if it's something that anybody can do it for themselves. She's very plain. She gives you examples. She gives you numbers. She demonstrates it for you. She takes call-in calls, live call-ins. So I would check her out, see if it resonates with you.
And that name again, is it Van, V-A-N-tastic?
Yeah, V-A-N-N, and I put it in the...
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I put it in there.
Yeah, I'm just going to highlight that real quick so people can see that. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. So Venus, I took a look back in your... Gosh, I went and talked to your team. Then I looked at what looks to me like your last life. And it, here's what it looks like. It looks like you worked a lot. It was a life of absolute drudgery. You were a woman. When you were a little girl, you had to work. When you were an adult and happily getting married, thinking your life might be easier, you were very poor. You had to work. You just worked your fingers to the bone to the day you died. And it feels like that one of the goals in your life now is to overcome this, to learn about the abundance of the universe, to overcome the so many problems of that last life. Now, you may have chosen that last life to learn this very lesson. So as I was watching this and standing by your guides, I asked them, like, what else? And they said, we don't want her to feel hopeless in her debt right now. And so we want you to give her this. And they put in my mind a picture of a pink lotus, a little pink lotus. They said, when you meditate or pray, or when you're feeling just horrible about your finances, when you're working on the finances, when you're doing, let's say you're doing the fantastic and it's working, bring this image to your mind, the little pink lotus. Even maybe go buy a pink lotus if you can get one cheap, a little flower, just to remind you of this symbol, because they want you to think of that symbol to remind you that you wanted to overcome this and that you can. And then the very last thing that they had for you is they reminded me of a money game that I played when I was making my finances better. And it's basically when you go to the store, if you need something, of course you can buy it. If you need bread, buy the bread. But let's say you're at the checkout and there's a magazine that's calling your name that you really, really want. Then the game is you have to look at it and say, do I need it or do I want it? If you need it, you can buy it. If you just want it, if you have the funds, you can buy it, but you have to take the same amount that you bought it for and put it in a little savings jar. So you have to save. So basically you have to pay twice for that magazine, but you can have it. But it really quickly, sets your mind straight between need and want. And after a while, when your finances get better, maybe you don't have to be so harsh with yourself on that. But it's a great way. And by doing that, I was able to eventually start a fund. It was the seed of my fund to put a down payment on my house. Of course,
Wow.
that was way back when, way back when, but it's a great game to play. So they brought that up. So Venus, thank you so much for asking your question. And I hope it all goes better for you.
And Venus said, like in the past life that you brought up, that she started working with her dad at 9 years old. So, yeah.
So it would, yes, little kid working hard. I don't know, maybe helping mom with laundry. Oh, it was hard. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much, Venus. And we have Lisa, P73, and she already said she's here, so we're good. Okay, Lisa asks, can I get a reading from, do my guides have any advice on the things I'm doing to connect with them? Ooh, a connection reading. Wow.
Dr. Gail's here. Hi, Dr. Gail.
Hi, Dr.
Welcome. Thanks for coming by. So nice
Yay.
to see you. VIP in the house.
Yep, definitely.
So your image looks like a tattoo. And it's through creativity and through your imagination, and being creative and inviting them in each and every day. Like, make me smile today, make me giggle today, send me some feathers, or send me a sign so that I know that you're here. Send me something red today. Make me think of, whatever, flowers today. Whatever it is, just invite them in and give them an assignment. And when you do see these things, it's really important to appreciate them, and I mean, like, just express gratitude and validate. So when I see 11:11 on the clock, I say thank you very much. They have my back. That I'm on my right track, and all my angels are here supporting me. And I usually just kiss my finger and say thank you. And and this way it opens up and lets them know that I'm welcome. I can recognize the signs, I appreciate the signs, and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. So if I see a penny and I'm going to the grocery store, and everybody has their money out at the grocery store, anybody could have dropped that penny. But if I see a penny and it catches my attention, I'm going to know my spirit guides are sending that to me as validation that they're watching over me, that they have my back, and that they're here with me. And I'm going to say it, no matter if I think it's them, no matter if it could, I could explain it away. But instead, I'm going to say, thank you, spirit guides, for sending me this penny. Heads up, and it caught my attention, right? But there's many things that we could say. We heard somebody call our name. You're like, oh, that's just my imagination. Nobody really caught. You could just say, if that was you, thank you very much, and give them the benefit of the doubt. Stay open, stay playful, invite them in, and try not to be so serious. And your spirit guides also want you to know that they're not just here for your spiritual training, like your psychic training. They've been with you your whole life. And spirit guides have been whispering to you and nudging you your whole life. They're your instincts and your intuition that you feel in your gut. They're the little push that you feel on your shoulder and the little nudges. So whenever you feel something or sense something or suspect that they're around or that they might be communicating with you, just say, thank you very much, spirit guides. And please make it clear so I can easily understand you next time, whatever it is. But try and lighten up a little bit and invite them in and be playful.
Beautiful. Great, great advice for all of us. When I tuned in, Lisa, I saw like a mountain, and then I can't believe I remembered this word, a lenticular cloud, those big kind of disc-like thin clouds that hang over a mountain, or and because they kind of go up as a smaller cloud and then they hang over the mountain, and they looked sort of like a big disc or something like that. And it's the idea is like, oh, you've got this barrier, You're bringing yourself up high, but you're there. It's like this self-imposed barrier for like, okay, I'm sitting down every morning and I'm asking, and then I'm sitting here and I'm not getting anything. And then you just feel so dejected and disappointed. And it's like, oh, why do I even try? So that's why all the suggestions that Jean said were really, really good. And what they were kind of saying to me the same thing. This is the world. So it's like the new, you've made one whole trip through the tarot deck, and now it's time to start a whole new way of approaching this. You're going to start approaching this in a different way, asking for little things and being aware of the miracles as they come. And I also got the pheasant feather. Time is ripe for connection and creation, and focus your attention on those things. And in addition to the ideas that Jean had, I would just say to do general things like thank you when you go grocery shopping, send the angels ahead to get a parking place and to make everything go really, really smoothly. When I go for a walk, maybe a week ago, I said, can you just like I have to cross 2 really busy streets without any traffic lights or anything like that. And I said, can you just kind of clear those out for me? So I'm not running across and risking my life. And for the last week, there's been no traffic when I go down and when I go back on those 2 streets. And it's like, I can't believe this. I go at the same time every day. So it's just to be aware of those little things and say, thank you more, please. Thank you so much for that. Or to see the repeating numbers or any of those little things, and make that the habit of like, oh, all these wonderful things are happening, recognize them, say thank you, and then pretty soon you can start to ask for bigger things, and you'll kind of it's kind of like faking yourself out until fake it till you make it type of things. So until that starts to feel good and easy. So
Cool.
Terri, how about you?
Well, the moment I tuned into Lisa's energy, and then I looked at her stage, all of her guys are dressed up like electricians. There are wires on the stage, man. They're like they're there, they are ready, they got it going on. And what I heard them say is, keep doing it. What you're doing right now, keep doing it. You're almost there. You're really, really, really close. And we're going to then turn up the average. So keep doing it, keep doing it. And they said, if we can put in a few suggestions, they said, we would like you to practice a little bit more calmness. They want you to maybe do more deep breathing, maybe do things that make you calm. I don't know, burning a candle or listening to music. There's some I think what's happening, or what they're showing me, is that sometimes they show you something or do something with you, and it surprises you so much, you kind of, and you're suddenly out of it, out of the flow. That happened to me a lot when I was learning, and so I think they're saying be a tinge more calm, or do something to make it a little calmer. And you're doing it, but they're saying you're almost there, almost there. Just keep going, keep going. So that's what I got. And I just want to say hi, fellow Leo. I'm a Leo too.
She says she has MS, and she chuckled at the electrician part.
That is kind of odd, but they, that's what they always have to entertain me a little bit. So, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jean. And so now we have Anita King.
Okay.
Yeah, Anita K. So let me real quick, what time do we got here? Okay, do you think we can do 2 more?
I'm good with
I'm
that.
good.
I think so. Okay, let's go to the bottom of the list and see anybody. Okay. A few. Yep, we do need Okay. Okay, we're going to go with Kara Davis. If you're still here, please say something in the chat, hi or something. And then Sandra. I know it's late in the show, but if we don't get your okay, then I won't be able to do that. Let's say the one in case somebody doesn't show up is CC Angel. Okay. Okay, so now we're with Anita. Okay. Sorry, ladies. I have lost Anita. There she is. Okay, here we go. Anita says, I would love to have a message from my mom, Gladys. She passed away 23 years ago, or Dad, Charlie, 43 years ago.
Wow.
So long time ago. But as Jean says, time does not equate to distance. So they're not far away, they're close. Okay.
So Gladys is telling me that she was classy, that she had her own kind of class. She had her own kind of style. She was, she liked her things that she liked. I'm almost seeing like one of these, like a beaded necklace, but like long that went down, like maybe an 18-inch necklace. So she, put her little earrings on and her necklace on. And I do see maybe bigger earrings, maybe diamond shaped. I don't know why I'm seeing this diamond shape that swung back and forth. She liked her earrings, almost like a chandelier earring, but not exactly. And she liked her jewelry. She liked to be put together, and she was pretty. She was pretty, yet she was really put together. And she exuded this I don't know, this refinement about her that she's showing me. Not hoity-toity, not prissy, but just, she was very well put together. She's showing me, and people admired her for, the effort. She really put a lot of effort into how she looked and what she wore, and she liked beautiful things. She kept her clothes very neat. She kept her house very organized, and it wasn't anything fancy, but she made the most out of what she had. Like it could have just been a basic outfit, but she put it together and added colors and put a sash or a scarf. She like had that one little extra thing. She had a good flair. I don't know if it was fashion or just artistic, and she's coming through like this. So I hope this is your mom, but she's really describing herself and really making me be specific. But she's absolutely loving, lovely, but don't cross her. Do not come in late. Do not have the car out when she needs the car. She'll let you have it. But she's just absolutely sweet. She's very hardworking, and she is. I feel like she was your best friend. She's very much down to earth. She didn't judge other people. She was very kind-hearted and really a big-hearted individual. And she loved her family, and she worked hard. But she didn't complain very much. But she may have had things to complain about, but you never heard her complain. So she really went the extra mile in the appearances, and I think it made her feel better, and it almost made her, sort of understand that not everything is easy, but but what I can control, I will control. Like she had really good common sense about her. She's a very special individual. I hope that makes sense to you, Anita.
Beautiful. That was a great reading, Jean. Anita, I'm not sure if King is the last name that you were born with or if that is a subsequent name. But I tuned into your mom and she was kind of riffing on that. And she was saying, and I think she did this, to carry yourself like royalty and consider yourself like royalty. And it doesn't matter, what your station in life is or how much money is in the bank or how expensive your car or your clothes or anything. It's your attitude. And the qualities that she's thinking about are it's this attitude, and it's sort of the noblesse oblige, that when you see yourself as royalty, the obligation is to treat others with gracious kindness, and never to talk down to people, and always do kind of like Queen Elizabeth did. She was, or Princess Di was truly interested in other people and helping them when they can, to really listen to them, and that is the true mark of class, to genuinely care about others, and also to, as Jean was saying, to hold yourself to high standards, and but not just, it wasn't a show for her. She really did care about other people, but that was kind of her motto in life. And I did pull some cards and I got the nuthatch. So that's that flexibility, stay grounded and welcome a new perspective, because they can go up the tree and down the tree and change directions. And then from the Archangel deck, I got the balance symbol, and it's balance, and the admonition is love will find a way. So if you lead with love and consider yourself royalty, and those are the messages that I got from her, and I hope that makes some sense.
Thank you. That was lovely. Well, I got Charlie.
Okay.
And right away he says, "Oh, my dear girl, my girl, my girl." He keeps saying that. And so what he's showing me as evidence is games. He's showing me playing games with you. It seemed like he really loved to play games. I wouldn't actually, I mean, he's not exactly showing me this, but based on how much he likes this, I wouldn't be completely surprised if he didn't gamble a little too. So, but he's such a good guy, such a nice guy. Unfortunately, he had to go a little earlier, so he wasn't there to help Gladys raise you as long as he would have loved to be there. So, Charlie, what else do you want to tell her? He's saying, have fun in life. Take a little page out of my book. Take some time to play some games. Take some time to have fun. To remember all the good times we had. So to me, he's showing me that one of the ways he wants to engage with you is through, like angel numbers, pennies, things like that. But it's not just that he's going to like throw a penny in your way once in a while, or a bird feather or something like that. He's going to play a game somehow with you. One thing's going to lead to another thing, and you're going to notice, oh, this isn't an accident. Okay. So, Charlie, anything else? And he's just kind of overwhelming the stage with love, with a lot of love. Okay, that's what I got. Thank you for letting us read your parents. They were delightful.
she said that her mom worked for the Crescent and Foundations. I think that was
Wow.
like a builder for sickle cell.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow. That is so cool.
Yeah, cool.
Wow. And she
Yeah.
uses her maiden name. That's
Okay.
cool. Thank you so much for letting us know that.
Thank you very much, Anita.
Yeah. And now we have Cara. Okay. So this is a little bit of a long one, but I can't seem to get over a guy I ended things with. I've been learning to love myself, but why am I still holding on to that connection? My intuition says it's mutual, but how do I know that for sure? Okay. So,
So, Kara, would you be able to give us his first name? If it's, something that's not really identifiable. Not that he watches this, but Um,
I'll watch
and
it.
how long ago was it that you ended things? And I'm also getting, as I'm asking you these questions, I'm also getting that it's the connection that you're holding on to is the hope that you had of what the relationship could have been.
Just
So,
to interrupt real quick, Thor and Last May.
okay. And sometimes we're longing for what could have been, and that's what you're longing. That's what you're, the hope of what could have been. But if there's a reason why you ended it, and it's important to trust yourself, because sometimes distance changes scenarios. And if you were emotional and upset and hurt, and that's why you ended it, and now you've had time to heal and you're looking at things differently, it it's I would trust your first decision. Try not to second guess yourself. And I feel like when you're missing him, you're missing the potential or the hopes of what it could have been. It could have been a reason that you two met in this lifetime to learn from each other, but it doesn't always mean that they're the one you should be with, or the one that you need to, you know, rekindle. And the last thing I'm going to say is, when you let somebody go and they don't come back, that's how you know for sure. If he comes back into your life and he says, look, let's work things out, then you can begin thinking about him. But I think that until that happens, and that he hasn't contacted you so far, then that's what I'm feeling. I do feel as though it's the what you're missing, and the connection that you're missing is what could have been. And that's just what I'm feeling.
We have a celebrity in the house. Pure Visionary Psychic Medium just appeared.
Hey, Terry Lee.
But I'm going to focus on Kara. And when I did the pendulum, I asked the pendulum, is it in Kara's best interest to contact Thor? And I got a no. And when I asked, is this a lesson for Kara to set boundaries? I got a yes, because I've been getting that lesson a lot lately myself. Then I turned to the cards and I got the Hanged Man, because all of this is just kind of keeping you all tied up and not able to move forward. So that's where you are now, and you want to cut yourself down from that. Because then from the Archangel deck, I got the Archangel Jophiel, who says it's time to create. So it's time to kind of let that go. God bless it and send it on its way. Thank you for teaching me about setting boundaries or whatever else you learned in that relationship. And then you'll be free to create something new and invite something new and this God or something better into your life. So I think that's kind of that's what I got, and you decide for yourself what's best for you. How about you, Terri?
Wow. Oops, sorry. We have the psychic balance really bouncing here. So I got a big no. I mean, I was looking at the energy, and I just saw this guillotine gate that they use in sheep farming. So just I watch Sheepishly Me on YouTube. I just love that show. And it's all about the sheep, this one woman farmer who does all her sheep, and she puts them through these things, and there's these gates that come down like a guillotine practically. And as I'm thinking, okay, everything's all good, and then bam, this gate comes down so hard. And I'm like, well, that is a big, yeah, I can see that's a no for sure. But they said one of the reasons that this is so hard to use, they're showing me that sheep gate where it's bars so the sheep can see through it to the other sheep. So when the gate opens up, they follow the other sheep. But they're saying this is why that you have this longing a little bit, because you can see through the gate a little bit and you're looking that way. But then, and the interesting thing is that this vision in my head is going towards the past. And what they had me do is look behind to the right, and I see there's somebody better for you. It's like, I want to say maybe like two relationships, and this other one is like, it looks like a butterfly or a flower or something, and it's light. It's really light. So I think there's somebody better for you. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to be okay. So that's
And
what I got.
trust your instincts, Kara. You're a really smart cookie. And if you broke it off, there's a reason. And trust yourself. You're very intuitive, and you knew that it wasn't able to continue. Trust your decision. And it's really hard. We all do it. Believe me, we all do it. We all go back to the old boyfriend. We all say, well, maybe I shouldn't have been so harsh. And then we get back there and we say, oh, okay. But all the best to you, Kara. It's hard. It is so difficult, and I can feel your pain.
Yeah,
So I just
it's
wanted
hard.
to maybe point out that Anita King, about her father, Charlie, she said he would move Felix's hat or book in fishing. Like, remember you said he was going to chase her around
Right?
and make her guess? And that's what he would do. I got the chills when I read that. Thank you for sharing that, Anita.
Wow. Okay, ladies, that took a lot longer. So,
Sandra's not here, but CC Angel is.
okay, let's go. I was just going to ask you that because I looked back and I couldn't see Sandra, but CC Angel. So, CC Angel, you're here. Thank you. And we're going to read your question as soon as I find it. So,
Oh, and Kara followed up. Have we both been courting in and afraid to let go? I wouldn't read too much into that. I think that you guys may have been destined to have a rendezvous and that it wasn't meant to work out. So you could be like soul family and like there for each other. I don't think there's any cord. And if you feel as though there's a cord, you can do your own cord detachment. I think that when number two comes along, that cord will disappear.
okay. Yeah,
Sorry.
I agree. I agree. Okay, here's our last question of the day. CC Angel. She is hoping to hear from her husband, David.
I feel like he's saying that he's sorry he had to leave you so soon. I feel like he wishes he would have had more forethought and organized his time a little bit better. I don't know if it was sudden or quick, unexpected, move faster than expected. He's saying that he's just saying he wishes he would have been there for you more. And it's almost like he was working for like the greater good and to achieve and to provide, but he wishes he would have been more this with you. Like he's saying, you matter to me more than anything. And all of that other stuff doesn't matter. It's only you and your heart. And I feel like when he crossed and he had his life review, he saw how much you two really connected with each other, loved each other, and devoted to each other. And he said, you're the only thing that matters to me now. And he's saying that he's just apologizing a little bit for not being as organized or as forethoughtful or as it's almost like he couldn't see something before he crossed, but now he sees very clearly. But he wants to let you know that you are the love of his life, that you are his soulmate, and that he is always and forever in love with you today and every day. He's very, very much, I don't know if he ever professed his love for you like this, but he's saying that he almost like saying he didn't deserve you, that you made him the man that he was. And he's just counting his blessings and is overjoyed at the beautiful connection that he's just saying you did so much for him. And he just wants to thank you for that. And he feels like he's a little bit regretful that he didn't have the same for you. I know that sounds a little harsh, but he's just saying he loves you. He loves you. He loves you. He only has eyes for you. You're his one and only now and forever. So he wants to keep professing his love for you.
Oh,
It was very unexpected. He's been gone 10 months now. I found him when I came home from work. Oh my gosh.
wow. Oh dear. Okay, I'm
so
so sorry.
sorry.
That's a rough one, Cece. Okay. When I tuned in, I got my solar plexus just lit up. And that it's kind of two things. It's like, ugh, you got hit in the gut by this, and it kind of takes your breath away. But it's also self-confidence. And so he is behind you. He is there in many ways to give you the confidence to go forward. In small ways and in big ways, he's there for you to help you move forward. And when I pulled cards, I got the Page of Pentacles. So he's, that's about messages that he's sending you and connections he's making about earthly matters, about, I can't get the garage door up, or how do I do this? And, just real practical things. Because it's Page of Pentacles. And then let's see, he also showed me like a birthday cake and something about celebrations. And this could mean that, you made every day a celebration, but especially liked the marking of his birthdays and the holidays and all of that. And he really enjoyed that. And I think he's also saying thank you for organizing the memorial service and marking, the 1 month mark and all the way up, and just trying to find new ways to keep his memory alive and be with him in a different way, the way we have to when someone's gone. So then he was also sending advice through the birdies, the wren: be bold and confident, use all of your resources to create your dreams, that he's there to back you up and, loves you continuously now, but he's there to help you move forward and make the most of your life. Your life together in the physical ended, but it's going to go on, both your relationship with him. It's, he's not dead, he's just different, that type of thing. But he's going to help you move forward and make them, he's stopping me and saying it would be his great honor to help you make the most of the rest of your physical life and he's dedicated to that. And then I got the card about ancestry, heal at the root, that something about, just healing it, because this is a visceral loss, and he wants you to he wants to help you heal through this, and so that it will be healed for generations to come too. That you're setting an example. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just panting because this is so hard to do, and it's an extra burden to say this. But he wants to heal you, to be with you, so you can heal this for yourself and for generations to come, by showing people that, yes, I can do this. I can survive this, and I can not just survive, but I can thrive because David's helping me, and I'm going to do this. And I just got chills with that. So, oh, bless you, my dear. I'm glad we got to your question.
Wow, Joan. So, CC Angel, when I tapped into your energy and then David's energy, he showed me himself as if he was a quilt. It was this red velvet, all different shades of red quilted together. It was like this square quilt, but there was this funny long arm coming out of it, and like a big long scarf. And I could see that it's connected to you. And the problem with that vision is I couldn't get him to talk. I couldn't get him to do anything more than that. But then, as I worked with him and tried to get him to give me some information, finally we hit something just right, and he was then able to show me more. And so right away, that long red connection that shows, he longs for you. He longs for you. And that, it really, I don't think was in the plan per se for him to go over there that quick, but there's this long connection between you two. And then I'm like, okay, just feel into that. Go ahead, feel into that. And as he did, he then showed me a whole new image. He suddenly popped up as a card. I don't usually get cards very often, and this wasn't a tarot card. He suddenly popped up as the King of Hearts. He suddenly took all that red and rebuilt it into the King of Hearts. And he's standing there and he says, "You made me a new man." And he's talking to you, not me. "You made me a new man. I am a new man over here. I now can provide you the kind of love that I always should have been giving you. Know that you're always in my heart, and you can always call upon my support when that you're feeling lonely, feeling alone. I'm going to be here for you." And then he's kind of like an aside to me, almost like he's whispering, like, "Tell her I'm not going to hold her back or anything." So, he's like, it's not like he's going to try to hold you back or make sure that you don't have another relationship someday. He just wants you to know how much he loves you, how much he's changing. He's still changing and growing and growing and growing. So, yeah, that's what I got from him. Thank you so much.
And I think that that the card that Joan got, it was ancestry. I think he's talking about the children as well. I'm not sure if you have children or grandchildren, but I feel like he was making a reference to that as well.
Mhm.
But no wonder he had to profess his love to you, because he didn't get the chance to do it, in those
At the
before.
very end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That first year's a rough one, but you can do it, especially with David right there for you.
Yeah.
All the best to you, CC Angel. So on a different note, Anita went back and listened to her reading again, and she said, "My dad loved to tease the kids. Remember you said he wanted to make it a game, Charlie." Yeah. And she also says that her mom used to say, you don't go out looking poor. There's never any reason not to be put together. She probably fit most of the girls I went to school with in their first bras.
Wow.
There was when I was reading, I didn't say it, but because I wasn't sure if King was your birth name. But what I actually heard was the best thing we ever gave you was that name King, and then went into that whole riff about acting like royalty, and to really lean into that. So good for you.
Yeah. Well, ladies, we have gone way over. We just
So
kept reading and reading.
CC Angel says we have 6 grandkids that he loved dearly. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the ancestry.
Really
I
good
got
guy.
that hit. Yeah.
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 She just says, thank you, ladies.
God
You're
bless.
welcome. Oh, thank you, Chantel. She says, beautiful show, ladies.
Yeah. Thank you
Oof.
so much.
Feels
Thank
like
you.
it's been a while since we were together for some reason. I don't know if we skipped last Monday or 2 Mondays ago. I don't know, but it was very much appreciated. I felt very special getting together with these ladies here today, and
Mhm.
it didn't it came to pass for sure that it was a very special show. And we had some VIPs stop by in the house. We
Yeah.
had some beautiful readings, and thank you all for asking your questions and being supportive to those who were having their readings done.
Yeah.
And several people said that they joined all of our channels and liked it. So thank you, each one of you who did that, and every one of you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you so much. Just so we can kind of skip this step a little bit, I have put everybody's URL in the show notes. So if you want to book any of us for a full hour reading, which is such a luxury to be able to read that long, it's in the show notes, and we all do private readings. Does anyone want to say where they're going to be next?
Well, I'll be quick. I'm going to be with Allie, Heart and Soul Connected, on Thursday for Meeting with the Mediums.
Yay.
Yeah.
And
I
I
have to go
know
back.
Jean and I are going to be together tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Terri
Okay.
Lee.
Thank you. With Walking in Two Worlds with Miss Terri Lee, Pure Visionary Psychic Medium. That is going to be fun. And that's tomorrow at 5:30 after my practice.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so we'll see everybody around. And thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for asking the questions. And we had a lot of questions. So if you didn't get your question read, I am quite sorry about that. But you can always tune into this show again, or to the Psychic Triad on Fridays and get those questions, or Allie's Heart and Soul Connected on Thursday, and you get some really good readings. And it's just like this format, so it'll be really fun. Okay, everybody, thanks for coming, and we'll see you again.
Bye, everybody.